Let us begin with a closed circuit message to one of my viewer listeners, Jeff Holman, who was the only person last week to send me an email asking if I was okay because he didn't get the video. Yes, I am fine. Which kind of proves to me that this podcast is not going to ever be on a government list of approved essential podcasts. I hope it's helpful to people, but it's certainly not the most important thing. And last week, when you find out why I did not do a podcast episode last week, I think you'll understand, and I'm hoping you'll give me some help. We'll find out what that's all about up next on this episode of the VO Heroes podcast. Here's what's been going on and why I didn't do a podcast episode last week. And I didn't send out a podcast saying, I'm gonna do a podcast episode next week. I just wanted to let you know, because that would have been crazy. But here's what happened. A little bit over 2 weeks ago, it became really obvious to me that teachers were going to be struggling. The schools were being closed. The classrooms were being shuttered. The kids were being sent home. The teachers were being sent home. They were waving tearfully to each other. Maybe they lived in the same neighborhood and they could walk around and wave from the sidewalk, but clearly there was a period of isolation going on that was going to be a little bit different in their experience and their kids' experience than maybe the rest of us. And it also became very clear to me very quickly when, after they'd been home for a day or so, and they started getting emails from the principal or the school board or the administration saying, hey, while you're sheltering in place and social distancing and all that, keep teaching your classes. Yeah, don't stop teaching your class. I mean, you know how to use the Facebook Live and the YouTube and the Zoom and whatnot. Isn't it called, is it called Zoom, Harry? Yeah, it's called Zoom. That's what they were getting, was notes like that. And some of them were like, what are they talking about? I don't know what to do here. I don't have the equipment to do this or the space to do this. And I realized right at that moment when I started hearing that over and over and over again that I could do something about it. And so I did. A little bit over 2.5 weeks ago, I started what's called a development sprint, where you pack night and day work into getting one project done as quickly as possible, as deeply as possible. And I wanted to do it as fast as possible because I knew they were going to need it soon. And what I did was I created a course called Teach Your Course Online. And you'll find it at teachyourcourseonline.com. And what you'll find there is a course that talks to teachers about what they did in the classroom and how to do that from home, but by celebrating how different online is from in person. It shows you how to choose the space in your house that you're going to be teaching from and how to set up lights so that you can be seen and look professional, and what cameras to use. And if what you've got is what you've got, how to use those even better, how to set up a microphone, how to use a tablet as an electronic whiteboard, how to use Zoom. I did that episode a couple weeks ago where I showed you real quickly how to lock Zoom down so that you weren't Zoom bombed. Well, in the lesson that I put in the course, I went step by step through every single setting in Zoom to show you whether to enable it, disable it, what to do, and all that, just to make sure that you're super, super safe. And I, by the way, made that lesson open to the world. And then I talked about online culture and how to create a good online culture for your students, and then how to take what you're learning in this course and maybe develop your own course. Maybe you're a math teacher who loves magic and you want to teach magic online. Well, take what you're learning in this course and create your own course and make some money with it while we're in these tough times. So that's what the course was all about. It's available right now. I finished it up over the weekend. I was right in the midst of it last week. That's why I didn't do a podcast episode. And I finished it. I finished it in quotes. I still have some things to do. And I'll do it with the help of the teachers that are looking at it now. There were some things that I had questions about, and I want to serve that community. So it's sort of like a feedback loop that I'm going to get. But for the most part, it's done. And I was going to sell it for $49. I figured pretty much every teacher can afford $50, right? And even if a teacher had contacted me and said, I don't have $50, I would have given them the course. And when I said that out loud, it made me think, why don't I just do that for everybody? So in the middle of having talked to my team about how we were going to sell it and how it was going to be in the shopping cart and how it was going to be accessed and how we were going to create a group around it, I decided to give it away for free. And well, first, let me play a clip for you. Here's a clip from the episode. I think we're going to play a clip on the lighting. So, go. 3-point lighting. And it's how Hollywood lights most scenes. Now, I'm going to demonstrate how this works. Ooh, scary kids. All the lights are off. I've actually got a room light from the other room just so you can see the outline of what I'm doing. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the key light, and that's going to be up and to my right. And when I turn that on, you're going to see that it lights the right-hand side of my face. So let's take a look at that. So there we go. That's with my key light on, but it kind of looks like I'm sitting in the middle of a stage somewhere with a spotlight shining down on me. There's a lot of shadows underneath my face. The key light does a good job of giving light, but what we want to do is even things out. We want to add a fill light, so let's do that. There we go. Now we have a fill light, but it's not as bright as the key light. The key light is, let's call it 100%, and the fill light is more like 50 or 60%. That's why I said use a 100-watt bulb if you're going to put a lamp close to you, and use a 60-watt bulb if you're going to put a lamp close to you on the other side. So key light, 100%, fill light, 50%. Now I mentioned you can make it even better looking and more like Hollywood, get that cinematic look, by adding a third light, a hair light, a backlight. Here's what that looks like. There you go. See the difference? It's subtle, but it makes a big difference. It helps outline my head a little bit better. So that's what all the courses, lessons are like. We do that with the camera, we do that with the microphone, we do that with your tech systems, with everything. So it's going to be given away for free. And when I first started, the point was to create a sales video, a video that people would see if they clicked on a Facebook link, an ad. They would be taken to something that told them why I did it and what the problem was and how I was going to solve that problem and then how to get it. And that video quickly became an informational video. Let me just play the beginning of that for you. So you're a teacher, and I bet when you started planning the new school year last summer, you probably didn't have on your gotta get this done immediately list, I have to learn exactly how to teach online, exactly what I teach in my classroom. It's going to be very important later this year, but then all this happened. Unprecedented, disastrous developments have taken us completely by surprise, that dominated the news and forced us to take drastic safety measures, shutting down all the businesses, halting the economy, and stopping life as we knew it, closing schools and sending kids and you home. And now we're all sheltering in place, wondering how to simply survive this mess. And then the principal sends you an email. Hey, while you're at home sheltering in place and social distancing and all that, do your best to teach your class online, okay? Good luck. No training, no nothing. I mean, they think everybody knows how to do it, right? But do you know how to do that? Or are you struggling? Teaching over the internet is not a skill that you learn in high school or even in the education classes you got at university or a requirement for your certificate. So how that video was going to end was, okay, just click the button below and pay $49 and you're in the course. And now it's just click the button below and you're in the course. And what happened at that point was everything changed about the strategy. Everything changed about what we were doing. And by the way, this is where you come in, so pay attention. Everything changed about how we were going to distribute it, how we were going to get the word out, and how we were going to structure things. I actually hired a PR firm to get the word out, to get me on television shows and radio shows and podcasts and interviewed in websites and stuff to talk about this and why I'm doing it. And the press release that I created for a PR firm, the headline was, Hollywood actor rushes to get course created for teachers to be able to teach from home online. And then the subhead was, secretly hopes everyone gets it for free and he has no paying customers. because I really do hope that for the next 30 days, the course is free. And I don't mean for the next 30 days it's free and then I start charging you. I mean, it's free. If you get it in the next 30 days, it's free forever. After that, I'll start charging the $49 for it. But in this 30 days, when we need it most, it's going to be free. And I was sharing this with a number of friends, including one very close friend who I've known for a long time, Jen Selke, who is a professor of psychology, I think she was, at Berkeley. She ran their summer camps, but she was a Berkeley faculty member and very much into the education community, very much understands how teachers think, how teachers are trained, what helps them, what hurts them. And she said, you really should be careful about this because talking to people about how to look good on camera and have lights and a microphone and all that, that could make some feel sad or inadequate. And they're already sad about what's going on and already angry. So you might want to say something about that. And I took that to heart. And here's what precedes the very first lesson in the course. Before we get started, I want to acknowledge the big elephant in the room. I would not have created this course if it wasn't for the coronavirus, this absolutely incredible disaster that nobody saw coming. Nobody saw the disease coming. Nobody saw the effects on society, the changing of social norms, the shuttering of businesses, and the closing down of schools, and the closing of classrooms, and sending our kids home, sending you home. And then being, in some cases, very dismissively notified by the school system that you should continue teaching your classes. Just teach it from home. Like, how hard can it be? You guys know about the YouTube, right? No preparation. In some cases, no equipment, no training, no understanding of the differences between in-person and online connections. I want you to understand that I get the pain. I feel it myself, but not to the degree that I'm sure you do. It's hard, School is organized for teaching success. The schoolroom, the classroom. Your home is designed for personal success, right? Sleeping and eating and watching television and washing your clothes in the laundry room. The laundry room was not designed for school teaching success. And so you're being asked to shove a square peg into a round hole. And I want you to understand something very important. This class is not about saying, you've got to get a really expensive microphone. You've got to get a really expensive camera. This class is about taking what you have and making it better. If there's a little nugget that you pick up when I talk about using your smartphone as your camera that you didn't know before, then I feel incredibly awesome for that. If you can make things better, great. But what I don't want to have happen is I don't want you to feel sad or angry or less than adequate or like an imposter or anything that we often feel when we're presented with skills and possibilities that we just can't take advantage of because we don't have the resources for it. That's not what this class was about. This class is about helping teachers do something that they weren't planning on doing and they weren't prepared to do. Your superpower is incredible. I want to use my superpower, which is using cameras and lights and microphones and being in a situation of delivering information online to your advantage. But I wish I had your superpower. I wish I had the superpowers of all the teachers that I had growing up. You guys are heroes. And I want you to understand that, and that I feel your pain, and that I'm going to do what I can to help. So let's get started. Okay, I had to do that part, I think 4 times before I did one where I wasn't crying like a baby at the end, like a little baby. But it's important. I didn't want it to be a struggle between the digital haves and the digital have-nots. I didn't want to be contributing to the digital divide. So the course is all about taking what you have and making it great. All right? So here's where you come in. If you could help me get the word out, I'd really appreciate it. And I've given you some tools. First of all, there's teachyourcourseonline.com, right? Second, I created a little side hustle for teachercoursonline.com, and it's called 3forteachers.com. The numeral 3, F-O-R, teachers.com. And what this is an acknowledgement that we all have a lot more time. We may be more busy than we thought we'd be, but we all have a lot more time than we thought we'd have at this point in our lives because of what's going on with COVID-19. And I'm asking you for 3 minutes each day for the next 30 days. So a total of 90 minutes across a month, an hour and a half, but 3 minutes. And it probably won't even take you 3 minutes to do what I'm asking. Here's what I'm asking. When you take this 3-minute period, go to Twitter first and tweet something short and sweet and pithy about how awesome and fantastic and amazing and heroic teachers are. Include the hashtag 3forteachers and the link 3forteachers.com. That will drive people who see that back to this particular site, the 3forteachers.com site. Then just copy what you tweeted. Go over to Facebook and paste it. And then go over to LinkedIn and paste it. And then go over to Tumblr or Instagram or wherever and paste it. And if you want to go crazy and make little memes about it, that would be great too. I just want to drive people back to 3forteachers.com. When they go there, if they're a teacher, they'll find a link to the course. And if they're not a teacher, they'll find out how to do all this that I'm asking you to do. And it's not a lot. In the demo that I have on that site, I think it took a grand total of 144 seconds to do what I just said. And I think if you do that, enough people will pick up on 3forteachers.com that we might make something viral. Oh my gosh. It would be great because it would get the word out. It would help spread the joy of teaching and teachers. And it would really help me help our kids and the people that we place our trust in to take care of them and lead them on a daily basis. Would you do that for me? Would you help me? I'd appreciate it. Go to 3forteachers.com. The final part of that whole 3-minute thing is to then post what you tweeted in the comments at 3forteachers.com to inspire other people, maybe even to give them something to copy and paste themselves into those social networks. And let's spread the word. Let's get it out there. I'm putting $1,000 of Facebook ad money behind this. I thought I was going to make a little money on this, but it's going to end up costing me, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. If you could help me, I'd really appreciate it. So the course again is at teachercoursonline.com. That's where you send any teachers that you have in your family or your friends or that you know about. And really, teachers, we're all teachers, so you can go grab it too if you want. And if you could help me get the word out at 3forteachers.com, I'd really appreciate that too. And in fact, this episode, I'm going to ask you, you don't have to leave a comment below for me and let me know what you think about all this. Go to 3forteachers.com and leave a comment there. That would be great. So I hope you understand why there was no podcast episode next week. There will be in the future, I promise. I want to thank you so much. And as I often say, and in this case it has a little bit different meaning and hopefully a more deep one, I hope this helps. Thanks for watching and for listening. I'm David H. Lawrence the 17th, and I'll see you next time.